again for joining my podcast. I hope y'all have enjoyed this selection for this sequence. Crime rates, the black crime rate versus this white crime rate, and how they have totally differed, and how things have went really wrong within just the criminal justice system, and how it is no longer here as a way of correction and to defend those who have been wronged. We are living in a day and age where men and women are being assaulted, being victims of petty, crazy crimes that are totally off the charts. And we are now in such disrepair in our criminal justice system, and we are not holding those who commit such heinous crimes as have been committed within the last 20 years. And we are totally losing what we should dearly cherish, which is our rational thought process within how we are to serve justice to those who commit evil, heinous, and even some not so heinous crimes in this country. I mean, we live in a country where we have rationalized that putting men and women behind bars for 40 and 50 and sometimes longer years, and that is somehow going to make what happened justified. I don't understand how you can actually have rational thought to think that while the parents, the family, those loved ones that have been the victim of their loved ones being killed, shot, raped, sodomized, assaulted, battered, burnt to death, all kinds of different ways that these heinous crimes have been committed, and think that we should just allow these people to live out the rest of their days while those, like I said, that have been victimized and will stay a victim the rest of their days, and they will wake up every day mourning their loved ones, while this man or woman is able to get up and have another smile, another laugh, and how we rationalize that is okay, that is all right. We have totally lost our minds. The people, and we the people have lost our minds, but also the judges, the lawyers, the police, those that are in such high positions to lose such power as they have been given to hand down these sentences of death and act as though they do not have the right to do so. We, the people, have given them the power to do so, and they blatantly deny us what we have asked for. And it is incredible to me for our country, our nation, to go in such a wrong direction as to say that the homeless should be homeless, but we should provide shelter and food to somebody that's stabbed a person 120 times, for somebody that shot up a whole entire movie theater, school, for somebody that has killed over 30, 40, 50, 100 people, that we should provide shelter for them? Where in the hell are we, people? I mean, I'm living in a freaking twilight zone. I'm living in a twilight zone. I do not understand who we got in power in this country anymore. The doctors, they lied to us. The damn police officers allow such criminal activity to continue in their neighborhoods, in their cities. The justice system, the justices themselves, the judges, continue to allow men and women to come out of prison only to do even more heinous crimes than that was committed in the beginning. And that we shall not provide shelter for the thousands of people in this country that need shelter. Single mothers, children, even families themselves that need a little help. But we would rather give our money and our meals and our degrees, our college degrees, to a filthy criminal that has committed heinous acts to the point of which death is the only answer. Death is the only way. Death is death, and it doesn't matter what the families want. Some of these families are so messed up by what has happened, they don't even know what they want anymore. The lawyers, the police, the damn judges should be handing down death. Death, I say death. This is so wrong that we are allowing such criminals to sit in prisons and laugh and have another good day while people's lives have been totally destroyed. A whole families wrecked by the victims, by these criminals. The real criminals in this country, like I say, are not the criminals sitting in jail. They are actually victims. Most of them should be dead. Most of them shouldn't even be here any longer. And you say, how do you have a right to say that? Really, I don't. But I'm not rationalizing putting somebody in prison for the rest of their life on the account that they stabbed a person over 120 times. I mean, what do you have to do now to get death? I mean, and what purpose does it serve a person that's done this? His whole life is totally gone anyways. I mean, he is totally messed up in the head. He has committed such a heinous act. I mean, I would hate to even know that if he got out or she got out, what in the hell would I look like? This guy that just stabbed somebody 120 times. His life is gone. And we are sitting here feeding him? What the hell are we doing, people? We have homeless people that need to be fed. We got homeless people that need a place to stay. We got homeless people that need health care that's worth it for them to have. But we say, no, we'd rather give that to the pedophile. We'd rather give that to the damn serial killer. We'd rather give that to the damn sorriest disgrace of humanity that we can possibly think of. No, we'd rather give it to them because that makes way better sense than giving it to the poor and giving it to those who need it, who need those meals that we so give to these criminals. These criminals should be in the worst position they've ever found themselves in, because that's what the victims of these crimes were found in. The worst possible cases of murder, rape, and every other thing you can possibly think of. And we put these criminals in beds. We don't even allow them to sleep on the floor. We allow them to have room. We allow their family members to come see them when the victims can't even never ever see the victims. of their family anymore. We treat the damn criminals in this country way better than we treat the victims. The victims stand there in awe as life is given. Life, life, life. These judges should hand over their badge. If you can't do the job that you were given, if you can't so do the job that it was given before you there was a man there that said death. There was a man there that said, no way will this man ever walk another day on this earth for the crime that he has committed. No longer. Yes, I believe in grace. And sometimes it is grace to get rid of somebody. It is grace sometimes that we have to do. You know, you were put in these positions. We didn't get you in those positions. You wanted to be a judge. You wanted to be a lawyer. You wanted to be all these things that others are not so blessed to be. And you can't even do a simple thing as give out verdicts of death because you're afraid that it might be your own life one day because of doing so. You better rethink why you're doing what you're doing. Put your badges down. Like I've said in the other ones, put your badge down, put your gavel down, put it all down if you can't do the job that was given to you. You were given power to give death to those that deserve it. And who cares what the people on the outside think about what you're doing? Your job is not to care about being cool. Your job is not to care about being liked. You are a judge that should be handing down sentences of death to such criminals that commit such heinous acts that you know about and can be proven by 3 or more witnesses. They should be handed down death. This life stuff, giving people life, that is not life. Putting people in prison for life, that's wrong in every sense of the word. If a person cannot be rehabilitated, why is he there? Why is he there? Why is he even in this world at this point? He shouldn't be. She shouldn't be. They should be gone, harboring evil. I mean, if a serial killer, if you could put him in your house and lock the door and make sure he never got out, would you feel like that was okay? That's what we're doing in this country. We're harboring the most evil son of a bitches, and that's the only way I can put it, because any other way is not even close to what they are. And we are totally thinking, we are rationalizing irrational thought. Irrational thought is what we're thinking. We are thinking it is okay for this, it is okay for that, and it is not okay. Nothing's okay about it. Nothing's okay about a lot of things. But definitely this crime that is being committed in this country, and these blacks just come in and go as they please. They come into the jail, they go out the jail. They continue selling drugs. They kill people on a daily basis with fentanyl and with all these other drugs that they're giving people. And they're never tried for murder on it. There's probably more serial killers in the drug dealing field than any other act of crime, criminal siege that you can imagine is in. There's more serial killers going on within the drug realm than any other realm of criminal activity. I can guarantee you. And nobody's charging them. You know, nobody's charging them. They're getting away with murder. Oh, he's just I never heard, oh yeah, he died of fentanyl, but you never went and tried to find who gave him the fentanyl. You didn't care who gave it to him. You knew who gave it to him. You knew the black guy down the street gave it to him. You know the damn foreigner down the street gave it to him. You know he didn't go to the white man to find the fentanyl. He found it from a damn black man down the street. But see, that's not right, is it? That's not right to go find that man. Even though he's a serial killer and he's probably killed more people in his community and needs to be given down the death penalty like you wouldn't believe. But guess what? We won't chase him. We won't do anything to him. This justice system in this country is pathetic. It is beyond pathetic. It is incompetent. It is becoming an incompetent nothingness that we continue, another thing in this country that we continue giving our good money to. Why are we continuing to give our good money to such filth and such irrational people? They're not rational. They're thinking very irrational about how they're giving down their judgments. And you say, oh, well, they're a judge. They make that call. No. They are making calls because they don't want to make the right call. They know what the right call is. I mean, any rational person knows what the right call is. When all those people did all those heinous crimes during World War II, what was given to them? Death, and death. But no, we have criminals doing way worse than what was done to them people. Way worse. And, I mean, torturing people for hours. We have people sitting in our prison that have tortured people for hours, for years, some of them. 10 years, some of them. 20. Before the people are even found. But those people that done all these crimes are laying in a bed at night. They have a nice meal. While a hungry man or woman that just lost his job is laying out there on the streets, in the cold, in the heat, in the rain, without a meal, without any kind of way to get a degree. But the man inside a bar and chain, inside bars, don't even have chains no more, just bars. He's okay. He's fine. The children out there that are up under, living up under bridges and hooked on the dope, that the man that's in jail is having a nice meal and enjoying a nice TV. I mean, it all sounds good, I guess. If you're an irrational idiot that don't know how to do his damn job. I mean, I hate to say it, these cops, I'm sorry to say it, y'all are letting us down tremendously. The National Guard letting us down tremendously. The Army letting us down tremendously. The judges letting us down even incredibly tremendously. You're letting down the women in this country that have been raped repetitively, and the children that have been groped and raped by men and women. Some of them being those that were in those high places that were supposed to protect children, but now they are out. They're out again doing the same thing. Just in another school district, just in another daycare center, just another, whatever. Because the judges in this country can't do their damn job. You can't do your damn job, can you? We gave you 8 years of freaking education. We've given you multiple degrees and doctorates and da. And guess what? You know what it really means? Not a damn thing, because you won't do nothing to uphold the law in this country. You won't do nothing to uphold a good standard of living in this country. You don't mind if the man sells drugs down the street. You don't mind if the woman gets raped 100 million times. You don't mind if there's 500, serial killers in your state. You don't care. And even if they do get found out, you just put them in prison. Just put them in prison. Just let them sit around in prison while everybody else that's actually wanting to have a good life, don't want to rob the liquor store to get ahead. So he sits in the street and begs while the other man that's committed such heinous acts sits in a jail, has a bed, has free health care, and has an education. I mean, we have people. We've totally lost every bit of our thought process, and that's good. I mean, that's what we need. We need more idiots to be in our justice system. We need more cops that don't uphold the law in our justice system. We need more. We need more DAs, district attorneys that won't never do a damn thing but sit there and get paid to do nothing. We need those things. We need all these people out here that's supposed to be making things, the cogs in the wheel turn, just sit there and do nothing. While the families continue to suffer in this country, suffer and suffer and suffer at the hands of criminals that we know are out there, but we won't do a damn thing to go get them. We won't do a damn thing to stop them. We won't do a damn thing but praise them when they get a record deal to rap about how they've killed people, how they've given drugs to people, how they've pretty much destroyed a community, and we praise them for that. Like there's something to praise about an idiot that's been giving drugs to your kids in your community, and he's talking about it on a song of how people have died because he gave them the wrong drug, or he robbed them when they got the drug, or whatever. But that's good and all. I mean, that's what we want in this country. We want idiots to be running it, so that the real idiots can really go out there and rape you. Your little girls, they're getting raped on a daily basis on the school bus. You don't know about it yet. You won't know about it for 5 or 6 years. The bus drivers know about it, but they don't care. They don't care. They're not going to get involved either. They have a responsibility, but they won't get involved. You'll keep sending your kids to these schools, and they'll continue getting raped by the teachers, sodomized by the teachers. No telling how many students right now are involved in a sexual activity with their teachers. And everybody knows about it, but nobody's saying nothing. That's what we have in this country. We have nobody holding anything accountable. Nobody's holding nothing accountable. That's why we have the death penalty. Because the death penalty is a forever accountability standard, okay? It's a standard of accountability that is given down that others may know if you trespass within this realm of activity, you will be found in death. But no, we're loving people. We love people, right? We love these people, but we hate the homeless. We love the fucking criminals that are raping and killing and victimizing our daughters and our sons. We love them. We want them to have a home. We want them to have a place to stay. We want them to have a meal. We want them to love each other and coddle each other. But no, when it comes to the real people in this country that need that, we hate them. We don't need no homeless. We don't need to be feeding no damn homeless. We don't need to be helping no homeless. But no, we need to help We need to help the pedophile that's been raping my daughter and my son and killed 2 or 3 other kids. We want to make sure he has a nice home because we've done such a good job in our damn justice system, haven't we? Such a good job. I'll tell you right now, people, if you ain't got mad enough yet to make things right, then you don't know what the hell is going on in this country, do you? If you ain't got mad enough at your congressmen, if you ain't got mad enough at your mayors, if you ain't got mad enough at your district attorneys, then there's something wrong. Because I'm seeing a lot that is wrong. Some really wrong stuff going on in our country. And it's way worse than what happened on November the 6th of last year. Or January the 6th of this year. A stealing of election is nothing compared to what is going on in this country. That election's over. But there's more important things going on in this country now. There's more important things like children and women and even men and boys that are being just let go into society and they're just a vapor. They're just vapor. But then we have criminals out here that are walking around smiling, joking, living it up in their jail cell while we have homelessness that is rampant within our cities. We have drugs that are rampant within our cities. And we know where it's coming from, but we're not doing anything about it. We're waiting on the police. The police are a major failure. The police ain't nothing but a political statement. We're in trouble. Your kids are in trouble. Your wife, when she walks out the door, she's in trouble. It might even be in her house. She's in trouble. You're in trouble. Your whole entire lives in this country right now is in trouble, people. Because the crime rate is going way up. And you know what? If we continue to give our money to sorry-ass people that can't do their jobs right, then it's time to, like I said before, move on. Move on. Does your children not mean anything to you? I mean, we have people celebrating, like I said, the sickest, wickedest people that you could possibly think of. Your kids are listening to. Your kids are wanting to be like. You know, they're wanting to be a criminal. And that's why we have criminals now running the criminal justice system. We have criminals running it. That's why they're making it so comfortable. So when they do go to prisons or they do go to a jail, guess what? They don't have nothing to worry about because they've made all the rules that benefit them when they get there. I'm sorry. When you commit crimes against children, when you sell drugs to a community and you destroy it, when you do stupid, foolish crimes just to kill a bunch of people, I'm sorry, but death is the only answer to you. Death is the only answer. Death. There's one judge out there that's listening. Death. There's one officer out there listening. Death. Death is the only answer to these people. quit rationalizing why not to. These people aren't rationalizing what they're doing. And it is irrational to try to ration with these idiots. This is not a day and age where we should be having to think about what needs to happen. And we say we're not like that generation before us. But you know what? That generation did pretty damn good because it built this nation. The last 10 generations or so have built this nation. They did a pretty damn good job at it. They knew what needed to happen to make this nation work. And allowing criminals to continue being criminals in our country and to continue living out their lives in a jail cell while we allow others to die in the streets every day just because they don't have a home. But they could have one, but we'd rather give it to that idiot. The idiot wants to commit all these crimes. It's time to get our rational thinking back. It's time to quit rationalizing with irrational people. It's time to quit thinking about how we can better understand idiots, okay? Because that's what they are. And we need to get back to a little bit of what needs to happen. And what needs to happen is these people should not be allowed in our community, in our communities. They should not be allowed to live out their days while the families of these victims are crying out every day for their loved ones. And their loved ones of those who's done the crime should not be able to go see them. They should never be able to see their loved ones that committed these heinous acts anymore, or until they're released. But that's just me, and I'm probably just an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about either. I might just be, just spouting off stuff and not really understand this whole, giving all to those who commit crimes while letting victimless people like homeless live without a home, without health care, without food. I mean, I think, really we should just we should just give death to the homeless. Yeah, that's what we do. We just give death to the homeless, and we give everything to the pedophile and the serial killer and the heinous crime people and the drug dealers, because they're doing our community such good, way better than any homeless. So I mean, just leave the homeless to die, just death to the homeless, and give all the life and all your damn degrees to a damn criminal, so then he can just learn how to, kill you even better later on when he becomes a doctor or a lawyer. He'll learn how to really manipulate the system so well that he'll be able to get other killers and other serial killers off so they can go kill some more. I mean, that makes perfect sense. I really, truly, okay, I've rationalized this irrational thought now, and here I am, But I mean, that's just me. But I really hope that somebody out there, really in reality, back to seriousness, really thinks about this, really understands this, and that we as a people need to start understanding that death is a part of life, and if you commit a heinous act, or you commit really awful crimes against humanity, then death is what you're going to get. Death is all you're going to get. No lifers, no more lifers. Lifers are deathers. Death. I thank y'all for joining this broadcast. This will be the last of this series. I'll be starting up a new one, but hopefully listen to this. And if you like it, please listen to my others as well. Have a great day, and until next time. Proud of a podcast. Out of here.